Hello English-speaking world, all the German learners, I greet you. In this video we'll be looking at Funktionsverben. Function verbs are verbs that, apart from their concrete meaning, have a second abstract meaning, which is used in fixed expressions. These expressions are called Funktionsverbgefüge and usually consist of a noun and a verb. They can also come with a preposition, especially the ones zu and in. Here's an example of a function verb set. Eine Antwort geben. To give an answer. You cannot actually use your hand to deliver an answer to someone else's hand. That would be the concrete meaning, but it is a metaphor which means to tell. Function verb sets are similar to idioms. But while idioms are fixed expressions with a meaning that normally cannot be guessed, the meaning of function verb sets are a lot more obvious. However, if you wish to use them yourself, you need to know the right combinations. For example, you can say eine Antwort geben, but you cannot say eine Antwort machen. They need to be learned as a whole, just like an idiom. I will now show you the function verbs with the concrete and the abstract meaning, and also their most common combinations. I divided them into two pages, the frequently and the less frequently used. Let's begin. Geben, to give. To tell, eine Antwort geben. To give an answer. Die Erlaubnis geben, to give permission. Sich Mühe geben, to try hard. Nehmen, to take. To do something related to your feelings. To use for or on yourself. Platz nehmen, to take a seat. Ein Bad nehmen, to take a bath. Rache nehmen, to take revenge. Abschied nehmen, to say goodbye. Finden, to find. Passive, something positive is being done. Beachtung finden, to attract attention. Unterstützung finden, to be supported. Bringen, to bring. To change the condition or situation. Zu Ende bringen, to finish. In Ordnung bringen, to fix, to tidy. Zur Sprache bringen, to bring something up. Gehen, to go. To become. In Erfüllung gehen, to come true. Kaputt gehen, to become damaged. Kommen, to come. To get to a certain condition or situation. Zu dem Schluss kommen, to come to the conclusion. Ums Leben kommen, to lose one's life. Bleiben, to stay. To not change the condition. In Kontakt bleiben, to stay in contact. Am Ball bleiben, to keep at it. Geraten, to get into. To get into a bad situation or condition. Außer Kontrolle geraten, to get out of control. In Vergessenheit geraten, to fall into oblivion. Stellen, to place, to put in a standing position. To communicate something explicitly, to make something clear to others. In Frage stellen, to put something into question. Eine Frage stellen, to pose a question. Einen Antrag stellen, to file an application. In Rechnung stellen, to bill someone for something. Setzen, to set, to put. To change the condition of something, to do something with it. Also worth mentioning, sich setzen, to sit down. Sich zur Wehr setzen, to defend yourself. In Brand setzen, to set on fire. Halten, to hold, to halt. To do something that takes a long time, to keep. Abstand halten, to keep distance. Eine Rede halten, to hold a speech. Wache halten, to keep watch. Ausschau halten, to look out for. Haben, to have. To be. Erfolg haben, to be successful. Angst haben, to be afraid. Hunger, Durst haben, to be hungry, thirsty. Sein, to be. Passive, to be. In Ordnung sein, to be all right. In Bearbeitung sein, to be in progress. Der Meinung sein, to be of the opinion. Imstande sein, to be able to. Sich befinden, to be located, to reside. To be, often in a bad situation. Sich im Krieg befinden, to be at war. Sich im Irrtum befinden, to be mistaken. Stehen, to stand. To be. Zur Verfügung stehen, to be available. Unter Druck stehen, to be under pressure. Liegen, to lie. To be, in a negative situation. Unter Beschuss liegen, to be under fire. Im Sterben liegen, to be dying. In jemands Interesse liegen, to be in someone's interest. Treten, to tread, to step, to kick. To become active. In Kraft treten, to come into effect. In Aktion treten, to spring into action. In Erscheinung treten, to make an appearance. Treffen, to meet, to hit. To make, agreeing with people. Eine Wahl, Entscheidung treffen. To make a choice, a decision. Eine Maßnahme treffen. To implement a measure. Üben, to practice. To make, to do. Also worth mentioning, ausüben, to execute, to perform. Kritik üben, to criticize. Vergeltung üben, to retaliate. Leisten, to achieve, to perform. To do, to make, a positive contribution. Gute Arbeit leisten, to do good work. Gesellschaft leisten, to accompany. Sometimes also used in negative contexts. Sich einen Fehler leisten, to make a mistake. Widerstand leisten, to offer resistance. Schreiten, to pace, to step. To decisively perform or start an action. Zur Tat schreiten, to take action. Zum Altar schreiten, to get married. Stürzen, to fall down, to rush. To get into a bad situation, to bring someone else into a bad situation. Sich in Schulden stürzen, to get into massive debt. Sich in Unkosten stürzen, to go to expense. Fallen, to fall. To influence or change the situation in a negative way. Zur Last fallen, to be a burden. Ins Wort fallen, to interrupt. Ins Koma fallen, to go comatose. Ins Auge fallen, to attract attention. Verfallen, to decay, to decline. To get into a bad condition. Also worth mentioning, jemandem verfallen, to madly fall in love with someone. In Panik verfallen, to start to panic. In Depression verfallen, to get depressed. In Resignation verfallen, to get an attitude of resignation. In alte Gewohnheiten verfallen, to fall into old habits. Stoßen, to push, to thrust, to collide. To get received in a certain way, to encounter a reaction. Also worth mentioning, auf etwas stoßen, to find something. Auf Zustimmung, Ablehnung stoßen, to meet with approval, refusal. Auf Widerstand stoßen, to encounter resistance. Ziehen, to pull, to move. To take and do something with it, to focus on a thought, to reflect upon an idea. In Betracht, Erwägung ziehen, to take into consideration. Zur Verantwortung ziehen, to hold someone accountable. Hegen, to preserve, to look after. To have a feeling. Zweifel hegen, to have doubts. Einen Groll hegen, to bear a grudge, den Verdacht hegen, to have a suspicion, legen, to lay, to put, to install, to lay, eine Bombe legen, to plant a bomb, Feuer legen, to lay fire, auf etwas Gewicht legen, to lay stress on something. This one is a little special, auf etwas Wert legen, to value something, ergehen, to go, well, bad, to be made, it's very formal. Die Entscheidung ergeht, the decision is being made. Eine Aufforderung ergeht, a request is being issued. Erfahren, to experience. Passive, to receive, to get. Eine Beschleunigung erfahren, to get a speed boost. Eine Verbesserung erfahren, to get improved. Gelangen, to reach. To reach a positive thing. Zu der Erkenntnis gelangen, to come to the conclusion. Zu Reichtum gelangen, to become rich. Bekommen, to get, to receive. This is quite literal. Hilfe bekommen, to get help. Den Auftrag bekommen, to get the order. Treiben, to drift, to propel, to do. To do, mostly something bad. To move something into a direction. Handel treiben, to do business. Sport treiben, to do exercise. Unfug treiben, to do mischief. In die Höhe treiben, to inflate. Lassen, to let. To leave unchanged, to release, lose something. Sich Zeit lassen, to take your time. In Ruhe lassen, to leave be. Wasser lassen, to urinate. Führen, to lead. To move to a place where you want, to manipulate. Aufs Glatteis führen, to trick someone. Hinters Licht führen, to delude someone. Jemandem etwas vor Augen führen, to reveal something unknown to someone. Etwas im Schilde führen, to have an evil secret plan. Tätigen, to do, to make. This is quite literal. Einen Anruf tätigen, to make a phone call. Geschäfte tätigen, to do business. Anstellen, to line up, to hire. To make, to do, to commit. Also worth mentioning, etwas anstellen is to get into mischief. Vermutungen anstellen, to speculate. Nachforschungen anstellen, to investigate. Ausbrechen, to break out. To show a strong emotion. In Tränen, Gelächter ausbrechen. To break into tears, laughter. In Schweiß ausbrechen. To break out in a sweat. Begriffen sein. Passive continuous. Something is happening to the subject at the moment. Im Aufstieg begriffen sein, to be on the rise. Im Wandel begriffen sein, to be in flux. This looks very similar to a related expression, which is im Begriff sein zu tun, which is to be about to do something. Versetzen, to displace, to relocate. To change into a certain state. In Erstaunen, Wut versetzen. To astound, enrage someone. In Panik versetzen, to make someone panic. This one is a special one that doesn't fit the pattern. Einen Schlag versetzen, to strike a blow. Alright, with all these verbs you shouldn't have any problem understanding function verb sets. By the way, I didn't include the very obvious verb machen, to make, because it doesn't really need an explanation. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.